began like any other morning messages. Schedules, traffic, the quiet confidence that a city this large will keep functioning no matter what the sky looks like. The clouds were gray, the rain was steady, and most people treated it like background noise, until the background moved forward. At first, it was just water collecting where it always collects along curbs, near underpasses, at the edges of busy roads. People stepped around it without looking twice. Cars slowed and kept going. The city tried to behave normally. And then the water stopped being something you walk through and became something that carries. Streets turned into channels. Underpasses turned into bowls. The current found every low point and filled it with urgency. Cars stalled mid-lane, and drivers got out thinking it was a simple fix until the water rose faster than their confidence. Some ran, some froze. Some looked around with that expression everyone shares in disaster. How did this happen so quickly? In neighborhoods closest to the overflow, families began lifting their lives upward in the most heartbreaking way quickly, efficiently, with no time for dramatic goodbyes. A child held tight against a shoulder, a bag with documents and medicine, a phone clutched like it's the only thread connecting them to help. Because when flooding hits in daylight, it's cruel in a different way. You can see everything clearly. You can see the waterline creep up stairwells. You can see storefronts filling from the floor up. You can see furniture shifting, then floating, like the home is letting go. And you can see the rooftops. People standing under a washed-out sky, waving towels, scanning streets that are no longer streets waiting for a boat, for a siren, for any sign that help has found them. In that moment, a rooftop is sent to place. It's a promise. If we can just stay above it, we can survive it. Then the power flickers, and fear changes shape. Whole blocks go dark under a bright sky. Traffic lights die. Elevators stop. Subways become dangerous as water pours down entrances and stairwells, turning underground spaces into traps. People move upward, faster now, because the city's safe places are suddenly the first to fail. Rescue teams push through the water anyway. Boats move between buildings. Fire crews guide residents through waist-deep currents. Shelters open in schools and public centers.
Throughout the province,
Volunteers hand out blankets and warm food, not as charity, but as a reminder. You are not alone. The most emotional part of days like this isn't just the flood. It's the way people become each other's infrastructure when the city can't. A neighbor knocking on doors. A stranger offering a hand to cross a flooded street. Someone charging another person's phone without asking why. And laughing when the rain finally leaves and begin to return what they find is not just damage. It's the feeling of walking into a home that looks familiar and foreign at the same time. Mud on the floor. Water lines on the wall. Silence where the city used to hum. Beijing will recover. It always does. But for the families who stood in daylight watching it will be remembered as the day normal life crack-a-dan, the day people held on to each other when it did. You're watching weather floods. Well, continue tracking the situation with calm. Clear updates as conditions evolve. If this report helped you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update.